Hello, everybody. Welcome to Hillary's Whiskey Lounge. I'm Hillary, and this is my Whiskey Lounge. And today we're doing one of my favorites, my favorite distilleries. This is NC'NEAN from Scotland, obviously. They're situated on the very, very west coast, where it starts getting kind of islandy, but it's not an island. They're sort of near the Ardnamurchan distillery. I think would be classified as a Highland distillation. NC'NEAN, as you know, is one of my favorites. I've done one or two videos. I think I did the Lemon Meadow uh, and the cask strength several videos back. And no, I haven't turned these beautiful bottles into glasses or pencil holders yet. I'm still trying to find some time to do that. As you can see, this is an absolutely gorgeous bottle. It's like paint. It's not a label that you can take off. It's sort of painted on there or printed on there somehow. It's absolutely gorgeous. So we're going to be doing a variation of their Huntress line. This one is called Malted Teacake. So I'm super excited to do this. I'm so happy that I got my hands on this from my Pasadena Mission liquor store. And this was the only one they had of it. They did have some other NC'NEANs, but this was the only malted tea cake they had. This is their newest, I believe, this is their newest distillation. What makes this unique and why it's called malted tea cake, it's supposed to taste like gingery, nutty bread, but it's made from the yeast. And as we know, the three ingredients of whiskey are water, barley, and yeast. And so usually there's some kind of distiller's yeast that is used, but the special yeast that's used in this one is brewer's yeast for Belgian ale. So, and I don't know too much about the science of yeast or the names of yeast, but this is going to be special. So I'm really, really excited to try it. The label says that like I said, kind of like a cinnamony, bready, like the name suggests, tea cake tasting pour. So we will see. All right, I'm gonna have a sip of water. Thirsty. Scotland! Yay! Okay. Look at these bottles. I still can't get over how beautiful these bottles are. And to remind you, let's see, where is it on the label? It's not on the label. It's on the this again. This tube that they have is shows you that they are a member of B-Corp, which is sort of an environmental rating, which I still am opposed to this tube. NC'NEAN, come on, don't make this tube anymore. It's gorgeous and it's very useful if you have to transport the bottle, but it's, I don't know, maybe your B Corp rating should be taken away if you're still going to use these things. Anyway, let's get to the pour. Okay, I did pour this about 5 minutes ago. I wanted to air it out. It's a brand new bottle, so I wanted to, like I said, kind of give it some breathing time instead of just drink it right from the pour. So it's a gorgeous color, natural color, not chill filtered. Everything's natural about it. The aroma, very malty. um, And if you like that kind of thing, like the smell of bread dough rising, the smell of beer, especially like a nice Weiss beer, that really nice thick yeasty smell, even a Belgian ale, this really has that. So I'm smiling. I'm looking forward to tasting this. Slightly medicinal smell to it, but in a good, intriguing way, as I like to say. But the aroma doesn't hit you in the face. Oh, speaking of being hit in the face, struck in the face by a very strong alcohol. This one is 48.5%, so it's not off the scale. So, yeah, so it doesn't wallop you or anything like that. Okay, let's do an initial taste though. So this is no water. Mmm, mmm. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Um, it is a little strong without the water. It has an incredible mouthfeel. It's like oily and bready, and it's like thick almost, almost viscous. It's so good. And right there, the development just immediately started. I could taste that that breadiness, that yeastiness, um, and it's just gorgeous. Okay. Um, wow. What else can I say? The finish is quite spicy, um, little cinnamony, so I'm getting some of that. Let's try this again. Mm, wow. It almost it tastes like a citrus juice almost in the arrival as well. So I got that a little bit better this the second sip around. Let me have a sip of water again. It's been hot these days. Mm, okay, clear my palate a little. Let's try this again. The mouthfeel is so good. So it does have a really nice, bright, citrusiness to it. Is that a word? Citrusiness? Citrusness? Hmm. Okay. And then, like I said, in the development, really getting uh, that nice yeast taste, flavor. Mm. I'm not sure exactly because I'm from the U.S. I don't know exactly what the definition of a tea cake is. Um, is that like a Christmas cake? Is that like just a cinnamony cake? I'm not sure. Is it any kind of cake that you'd have with tea? So this one is malted. Okay. All right. Now let's add some water. Now I kind of cheated a little bit. I wanted to see. Um, yes, there it is. The Scotch mist. I did add this water several minutes ago. I'm not sure if you can see the difference. Probably not. Maybe if I put my face behind it, you can see it. But there is a very, very faint, it's this one that I added the water to, a very faint cloudiness. And so that's the Scotch mist. Again, testament to the unfiltered or unchill filtered nature of this dram. Okay. The aroma, wow. Okay, the aroma really, really kicked in here. I'm getting a lot more sort of sweets and um, baked good aroma from this. Not so much the medicinal smell anymore. Hi, Nala. Okay, if she comes up here, I'll show you Nala. All right. It smells like when you have something delicious baking in the oven or something in the toaster. When you have maybe some cinnamon French toast or something like that. It's got a really beautiful, beautiful aroma. Okay, sorry, hair in my eye. Okay. Oh, I can't get enough of that aroma. That's so nice. Okay, let's see here. What are you doing? Stop that. She's on one of the shelves. I don't like that. Okay. All right. Let's do the taste. So this is again with a little bit of water added. And again, yeah, I think you should be able to see that Scotch mist there. I love that. Mm. Okay, very mellow arrival, not as strong, obviously. Um, the mouthfeel is still there, even with a little bit of water added. Perhaps I added too much water because this is I'm going to add this to the glass that I didn't have any water in. So here we go. So yeah, this is I just added the watered one to the unwatered one. So hopefully that'll bring it back up to strength a little bit, but still with some water added. Mm, really nice. Still that bright citrusy taste is there. that citrusiness. um, and if you kind of wonder, sort of when I'm tasting, I sort of gaze off into the distance. I'm looking at my bulletin board that has um, all these labels on it, and so I just kind of stare at that. Can you see it? Yeah, okay. I just kind of stare at that bulletin board while I'm tasting. It just helps me think a little bit. So, um, all right. So the citrusiness is there. Whoops. Okay, there. I think I'm back. Am I back? Can you see me? Um, mm, it's got a nice sweetness to it, and maybe that's why also it's this. Um, what and I'm not sure what their house barrels are that they use for their maturing process. Definitely they've got to be bourbon barrels, but there is a certain sort of sweetness in here. I didn't see anything on their label about any kind of sherried barrels or anything like that, so if anybody can find out, do some research about the Huntress barley tea cake um, variation. I'd love to know. I should have done a little bit more research while I could. Um, mm, this is really nice. It's very sweet, and it's a perfect summer dram if you're, especially with a little water added. If you want to sit outside in the shade and read and sip a dram, this is perfect for that. This could I could also see having some dessert with this, especially some kind of um, French toast sounds really, really good, even though that's kind of a breakfast food. Um, I'm not sure if in the UK, if you know what American French toast is. It's where we just take bread and we have like a little bit of egg and milk mixture that we whip up. I add a little vanilla and a little cinnamon to mine, and then we take a piece of bread and we kind of dunk it in that egg and milk mixture, and then throw the thing onto a nice frying pan with some real butter, and then flip it a couple times till it's nice and brown, and then we serve it with maple syrup. So that's what French toast is. I don't know why it's called French toast, but that sounds really, really good, and that really, especially with that breadiness, the sweetness, really, this dram reminds me of French toast. So. Um, Wow. What would be your equivalent in the UK to what I just described? I'm sure there's a different name for it. Mm. I could just continue to sip this right in front of you, but I'm not going to. And I'm sorry, I don't have a weird thing for my whiskey room right now. You can just kind of uh, take a look at it and see if you can find any weird things yourself. Um, kind of out of weird things to discuss right now. But I just sometimes I get lost in here looking at all the things. Again, most of these things are from a thrift store where people just they let go of these things that to them they're done using them, but to me they're treasures, and that's the fun thing about thrifting is that you never know what you're going to find. Okay, enough about that. Please, if you can, if you are interested in NC'NEAN, if you're interested in B-Corp, you can look up all of these things online. Um, and and if you're interested in a dram that is really nice and sweet and dessert-like, oops, okay, I just dropped a glass, but luckily there's a rug down below and the glass is empty. I better pick it up before I step on it. Okay. I know, I'm kind of all over the place today, aren't I? All right, so NC'NEAN, this is the Huntress variety, and this is the malted tea cake. Barley, no, malted tea cake, yes. Sorry, I'm all over the place. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you got to the end of this, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Please share this with any of your friends who are interested in starting a whiskey journey, or if they happen to be enthusiasts and they haven't heard of NC'NEAN or some of the other whiskeys that I've reviewed, please pass this on to them. I'd really appreciate it. And I really, really want to thank you for watching. So thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your week, and Slunjava.